What it is, peace, silly listeners. Welcome to the podcast where we shoot the shit and we take our silliness seriously. The Professionally Silly Podcast. It's me, your audible boo thing, Amber Smiles Jones, and welcome to the pod. If you are new here, buckle up. You're going to enjoy yourself, I promise you. DJ Hey Cousin is not going to be a part of this episode, but don't you worry, he shall return. Before we get started into all of the silly and all that good stuff, I want to take a second to I want to give my flowers to Malcolm Jamal Warner. If you are unaware, I'm sure at this time you most likely are, he passed away recently. It's been literally 24 hours since I found out. And I got to say, it shocked me. You know, he's only 54 years old. That's very, very young. You know, he was in good health. He was creative. He was talented. He was a poet. He was an actor. He was a director. He was a producer. He did so many things. A lot of people don't know this, but he also did some directing with the kids' TV show, All That. I used to love that show. He was a big part of my childhood. And if you just kind of delete everything we've recently learned about Bill Cosby and all that, and we just think about what the Cosby Show, what that show did for the black community, it was something else. It was so like amazing at the time. It was one of the first shows where they really showed the black community that we could also be successful, that we can also be smart, and that we can also, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just the way that Hollywood portrayed us on TV as drug addicts and thugs and prisoners and poor people and, you know, junkies, you know, all the stereotypical things that they tend to cast black people with, you know. And the Cosbys, I'm not saying they were the first, but they certainly, because they lasted so long and because it was all over the world, they showed us a different type of black America, introduced us to it. I know I was upset about Anne Burrell passing away, but this one right here, this one hits because I grew up with Malcolm Jamal Warner. I think he started the Cosby Show and he was like 15, 16. So we literally got a chance to grow up with this man. You know, we got a chance to see him thrive. We got a chance to experience all of his calmness, his intelligence, his everything. You would think that I knew this man personally. I do not. I've never met him before. Although, fun story, segue. When I think I was in like middle school, I didn't really understand what the whole gay thing was. I knew I was attracted to girls, but I didn't really get it. You know what I mean? But I was still like trying to be like all the other girls and be attracted to all these guys and the TV and stuff. So I remember, I think I was at Barnes and Noble or somewhere where there was they were selling like a calendar full of like hot, sexy black men, you know, and Malcolm Jamal Warner was in there. I think Taye Diggs, Shamar Moore. I'm trying to remember. I can't think of the dude's name, but the guy, the Jamaican dude that was chasing Khadijah on Living Single, Russell, that guy, I can't think of his real name. I think he was in there. And then a few others from the 90s. You know how it was. You know, I tried to be straight. It didn't work. But I know a handsome man when I see one. And Malcolm Jamal Warner was definitely a handsome man. But he was more than that, you know. He actually changed a lot of lives and the things that he did, the things that he was a part of, you know. Just like what I did with Anne Burrell, I would love to share some interesting things about Malcolm Jamal Warner. I actually have a few facts that I want to share with you here. For those of you who aren't aware, my boy was born in Jersey City on August 18th, 1970, and he was actually named after a civil rights leader. We all know and love this man, Malcolm X, and also a jazz pianist, Ahmad Jamal. So there you go, Malcolm Jamal. At just 13, he was cast as Theo Huxtable, 13, on The Cosby Show. And he was there from 1984 to 1992, very long run. And he earned an Emmy nomination in 1986, which is my birth year, so makes sense. Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. Homeboy was multi-talented, like I told you guys before. Actor, director, musician, poet. He was all over. So beyond acting, he did actually direct a few episodes of The Cosby Show, Malcolm and Eddie, All That, Kenan and Kel, and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So if you didn't know that, now you do. And he was also an amazing, gifted musician and a kick-ass spoken word artist. He actually won a Grammy in 2015 for Best Traditional R&B Performance on Jesus Children, and earning a second Grammy nod for spoken word in 2023. So he had a lifelong passion for music, for education, for creativity. And after the Cosby Show, he actually pursued his love of music, and he was taking online bass classes at Berklee College of Music. He co-produced and led Read Between the Lines in between 2011 and 2015, and he held recurring and main roles in Sons of Anarchy. I actually saw that entire series, one of my favorite. American Crime Story, Suits, Major Crimes, and most currently, The Resident. And that is filmed here in Atlanta. Or I guess I should say that was filmed here in Atlanta. I don't think they, I think that show got canceled, I think. In 2024, he co-launched a podcast, Not All Hood, and is created to foster authentic conversations about mental health in the Black community. And it was a space that he described as allowing him to be as vulnerable as I allow myself to be. So when I tell you this man he was a real one, and this is definitely a loss for all of us. I would like to share with you what is said to be the last video that he posted on his social media.
What's good? Yes, I got the flower in my hair. Today's my daughter's birthday. She put the flower there, so I'm rocking it. What? It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. I just wanted to shout out and just spread some love and some good cheer. And you know, life is out here lifing. Right, for me and for everybody else. But just wanted to remind you, as I remind myself, that no matter what's going on, there's always a reason to smile. Like if you just take a minute to stop and take stock, I guarantee you can find at least one reason to smile. And if for some reason you can't find a reason to smile, then that's probably the best time to be the reason for somebody else to smile. So find a smile for yourself and be a reason for someone else to smile. That's all I got. Listen to love because it's been a minute. Peace and love, and I'll be back soon.
His legacy is stitched across television, music, theater, and all of our hearts. Rest in peace, Brother Malcolm Jamal Warner. You will be missed, man. It's the Professionally Silly Podcast. Have you heard about the CEO who got caught cheating on his wife at a Coldplay concert? I'm sure you have. It has literally been all over the place. I don't need soap operas. I don't need reality TV. Apparently, reality right now in real world is pretty dramatic, and I'm loving it.
Oh, look at these two! All right, come on, you're okay. Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Damn, infidelity, IRL. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you probably just don't have social media. I don't know what to tell you. Andy Byron, former CEO of the data analytics firm Astronomer, cool name, was featured on a kiss cam at a Coldplay concert in Foxborough, Massachusetts on July 16, 2025. That was very recent, if you're unaware of the date. He was actually seen embracing Kristen Cabot, the CEO's chief people officer, which is a very, very fancy term for HR, head of HR. And guess what? Guess what? They were both married. So pretty much what happened is that the two of them were seen canoodling on the kiss cam at the Coldplay concert. If you were unaware of what a kiss cam is, which is crazy, but what it is the big jumbotron, the big TV in the sky at the sporting events arenas, and they just have cameras pointed at the audience and the crowd at random moments for fun little games, and one of them is the kiss cam. And usually when you're on the kiss cam, you're supposed to kiss the person that you're in there with. They usually have an idea of who's a couple and who's not, usually. And sometimes they get funny with it and will show, like, you know, two dudes who aren't gay. You know, it's kind of funny, you know. But this time, these two married people who were being, well, let's just say, horrible spouses. They were cheating on their spouses at a Coldplay concert, and the moment the camera hit them, they immediately kind of like shoved off each other and turned their heads. She turned her head, turned her back towards the camera, covered her face, and he just sunk down to the ground and just disappeared, just melted into the shame. Just melted into it. So the video went viral, and Andy, well, he officially resigned as CEO on July 19th, 2025. As of recording this podcast episode, mind you, it's July 22nd today. Not too long ago. Not too long ago. If you haven't seen this viral video, it is not too hard to find. I kind of feel bad for like their spouses, and if they have kids, I feel bad for their kids. This ain't great. Yeah. Also, Coldplay is hella romantic. But if you're going to like cheat on your spouse, maybe, you know, don't do it with head of HR for your business or in public. Or my favorite choice, don't cheat on your spouse. Have you heard about the German circus who has replaced live animals with stunning holograms? Yeah, they're trying to be cruelty-free now. They're having cruelty-free shows. Yeah, that's happening. So I got this from the Instagram page at Interestingpedia. So if you want to check them out, go on ahead. I certainly made a follow after I came across this gem. So Germany's circus Roncalli, I believe how you say it, is animal-free since the 1990s and has reimagined its performance using stunning 360-degree 3D holograms of elephants, horses, and other animals. So these lifelike visuals are created with laser technology and fine mesh, replacing live animals with cruelty-free magic. So this launched in 2018 or 2019, perhaps. It says like / right there, in collaboration with AR partners. And the show preserves the wonder of the traditional circus while offering a more peaceful and immersive experience. Well, look at that. I like the very first comment right here under this. It says here, finally, technology used for good. That's coming from at nonstop_equinox510. I 100 agree with you. And I'm assuming it won't smell as bad. Yeah. I don't know if you've been to a circus. It does not smell great. I have no idea what about that scent makes people go, I'm going to get a big thing of nachos while I'm watching this. I can't eat at a circus. It's gross. I got to tell you, I have some information that I think all of you are going to love me. You might even want to kiss me when I tell you this. I have found the easiest way to lose calories. Okay, you ready for this? This is coming from the Instagram page at Interesting Facts and Stories. As you can tell, I like things interesting. Okay, so it says here, cold water has negative calories since your body needs to spend energy to heat it up. By drinking a glass of ice water, you'll burn about 8 calories. I believe the words you're looking for are thank you. You're welcome. All right, so they go on to explain some things here. I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says here, drinking cold water might not just hydrate you, it could slightly boost your calorie burn. Scientists explain that because your body needs to heat cold water to core temperature, it uses energy about 8 calories per glass. While it's not a weight loss hack on its own, the science behind negative calories, quotes, is real. So if you drink multiple glasses a day, the small calorie burn can add up over time. And when paired with a healthy diet and movement, every bit helps. Experts emphasize that cold water isn't a magic bullet, but it's a smart, refreshing habit with minor metabolic benefits. I love that. Let me tell you something. I have never been one of those psychopaths who just drink their water room temp. I think those people are weird as shit, and I know a lot of them. And if you're not careful, they will infiltrate your home as well. They will infiltrate your family, your job. Those bastards just walking around breathing the same air as you. I can't imagine drinking room temp water. My privileged ass. This is what we call champagne problems, okay? I need my water to be ice cold. And don't even get me started on those weird freaks who don't drink water. What? I know a lot of judgment just went down in the last 15 seconds, and I meant every word. Drink water. Stop it. You're an adult. What are you doing? You have kids. Drink water. Jesus. Dating sucks for a lot of people, and I have a few stories that will either make you happy that you found your person or extremely thrilled that you're still single and you don't have to deal with this bullshit, especially if you just stop dating. Because I gotta say, these days, it kind of sounds like millennials and Gen Zs are okay with just being single and having no kids at this point. I mean, the options aren't great out there. Dating sucks and it's too fucking expensive. Yeah, I'm starting to get it. But let's go ahead and have some fun with those people who have had horrible dating experience next, right here on the Professionally Silly podcast. So I went across the web and I did some searching and some sleuthing, and I found some dating stories that are just kind of like, holy shit, so glad that wasn't me, but super glad they decided to share it so that I can enjoy it. Your dating failure stories are literally the things that give me content, that keep me going. Thank you. All right, so I got this one from BuzzFeed.com. I love that site. My millennial ass. And you know what? Quinta Bronson is from BuzzFeed, so I don't know why I felt the need to defend myself. Let's go on with this first dating story. Said he didn't have kids on his profile. Showed up with a car seat in the back of his car, and he explained himself by saying, "It's okay. I don't really get to see her much anyway." Oh, so you lied, and you're a shitty father. Bye. So yeah, he told her, it's cool. I don't really get to see her that much anyway. So you're a liar and you're a shitty father? Yeah, no, there will not be a second date with me. What the fuck? Why would you lie about that? Especially when it's if you're going to lie, I shouldn't even have to say this, but if you're going to lie, take the fucking car seat out of the car. Like, it's the first date. You may be able to make it up later, but dude, come on. Try. Or, don't be a liar and a shitty father. All right, shout out to pedestrian.tv for these gems. It says here, I need a drink. Jesus. It says here, she saw me. She saw me. It says here, she saw me at the bar, came over and said hi, then she asked me to stand up. I asked her why, and she said she wanted to check my height. So I stood up. She told me that I was shorter than I said in my profile. I put 5'10", I said. You're more like 5'9", she replied, before telling me I was pushing it with 5'10". She said, sorry, this isn't for me. And she turned around and left without saying another word. First of all, this lady is a bitch. And she literally helped you dodge a bullet. One thing I don't understand, I understand preferences and all that stuff, but I do not understand why people, or I should say mostly women, don't like short men. I don't get it. There are some amazing short kings out there. And if the only problem with them, which is not even a problem, and it's not something that they can help, but I don't get why you would let a great man get away because he's shorter than you. I don't understand that. It just seems like a little much. You know what I mean? Like the way, like this is not a preference. She's just a bitch. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, short kings, I'm not into dudes, but if I was, I would have no problem with having a short king. You feel me? All right, so this one here, it says here, I asked if she wanted to split the bill, and she got upset with me. I could tell it would turn into an argument if I didn't just pay, so I did. But we went to a fancy restaurant she'd chosen, and I felt out of my depth. I know that the chivalrous thing to do is for the dude to pick up the tab. She knows I still go to uni, which is college, so this must be in Europe. I know she knows I still go to uni and only work part-time. I should have looked into the restaurant more, but I didn't think it would be an issue. I just can't forget the look she gave me. So dirty, like I'd embarrassed her. I felt like I was going to get told off. I felt really guilty. First of all, fuck her. She's a bitch too. You know, I feel like there is nothing wrong with asking if you want to split the check. I don't understand why that is seen as, oh, you're just cheap. It's like, no, bitch, I just met you. Why should I give you my entire paycheck when I don't even know if you deserve that yet? Let's split the check. Let's see how we feel about each other, you know, and take it from there. And then once you get to know me, I will foot the bill, but I foot the bill for people that I care about. I don't even know your last name yet. On Bumble, it just says Kristen. I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. That's another reason why I'm just not really into the dating thing right now. One, I can't afford what it feels like or what it seems like these Atlanta women want. Okay, that's one thing. Two, a lot of them are, well, I don't want to say that, but from what I've seen, especially via social media, but you know, the negative shit is what gets online. So I can't even say that, but it has definitely scared me out of dating because I don't want to deal with any of that shit. I'd rather just get another cat. I don't know. I'm saying that now because, you know, I'm broke, but you know, if you guys fucking share my podcast, I might be able to get a sponsor or two in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? All right, here's our last one. BuzzFeed is back in the game. It says, we took a cab together to a drag show at a bar. I could tell he had been pre-gaming before I got there, but I thought nothing of it. As soon as we get back to the bar, he pounds 3 shots back to back. That plus the liquor from earlier hit him at once. And 15 minutes later, he shit himself. He shit himself. Oh my God, that's horrible. Oh my God. It goes on to say, full blown poop water all down his legs and soaked through his jeans. Instead of leaving, he sat behind the DJ booth drinking the rest of the night away from everyone else. I told the bartender what happened, and he informed me that the guy had done the exact same thing approximately 5 times in the previous 6 months. I'm sorry, I was laughing. If you missed that, what I said was I told the bartender what happened, and he informed me that the guy had done the exact same thing approximately 5 times in the previous 6 months. What? I still went on a second date. What the fuck? No diarrhea this time, but he got kicked out of the same drag bar for offering to service the bartender. Wow. What I don't understand, love, is why there was a second date. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me to want a second date with someone who shits themselves on the first. Okay, wait, let me take that back. Because I don't know what could have caused that, but clearly this dude's an alcoholic. So I think he brought that shit on himself. No pun intended, but intended now. Okay. I just feel like, ladies, I know it's hard out there. Or men, I don't know, this could be a dude. I know it's hard out there, but like, you deserve someone who won't shit on themselves on a first date because they were shit-faced. You deserve better than that. You don't have to, well, let's see where this leads. Maybe you'll get a sponsor with like fucking Scott's toilet paper, whatever the fuck. I don't know, dude. This is ridiculous. We have to raise the bar, people. We have to raise the bar. If there's anything you can take from this podcast episode, if you're going to cheat on your spouse, maybe don't do it at a place that has a jumbotron, you know? Just, or like, don't cheat at all. Professionally silly life rules. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to the listeners, because you guys are fucking titties. I love your faces, and most of all, I love the ears that are attached to them. And I wanted to thank you guys so much for joining me every week if you are doing this. If you haven't checked out the podcast on YouTube, check me out, because you're going to miss things like this. So if you saw that on YouTube, it was totally worth the time. If you missed that, go check me out on YouTube. So make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform that you're using. It could be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and more. Okay, I'm all over this motherfucker, all right? And now, right here on YouTube as well. Click that thumbs up button if you are watching on YouTube. Subscribe and turn on those post notifications, because on the Professionally Silly YouTube channel, we get to do a lot of other things here as well. And I want you to enjoy the silly visually. I just dropped a YouTube video this past Monday, and it was a blast. DJ, hey cousin, and I had a little galactic, if you will, battle. We made up something. It's called Casual Gladiators. And literally, we just had a bunch of different challenges with household items, ping pong balls, dice, chopsticks. There were some challenges that were created with those items. And let's just say one of us was the victor. And by the way I said it, I feel like you know who it was. So go ahead and check out that video right there, Casual Gladiators, on the Professionally Silly YouTube channel. If this is your first time listening, I hope you decide to come on back and join us right here in the Professionally Silly podcast. There is so much more silly that is headed for you. You don't want to miss that. So subscribe. Oh, rate, review. I need 5 stars, please. Thank you. 5 stars. And if you don't want to leave 5 stars, you want to leave 4 or below, don't do that. just go to another podcast. Don't ruin my dreams. Just go someplace else. Jesus. Check out the podcast Instagram at It's Pro Silly, and the podcast Facebook group, Professionally Silly Podcast Group. And also, listeners, don't forget to use my Google Voice number to vent and get it off your chest. 805-664-1828. You can complain about your job, your boss, your wife, your siblings, your dog, your cat, your neighbor, whoever you want. Get it off your chest, and you can be anonymous. Just let me know before you start popping off that you want to be anonymous, and I will disguise your voice. Okay, don't even worry about it. All right, all that information can be found in the show notes, along with how to follow me on my social medias. My link tree is there. Click that. You can hit me up on TikTok, Instagram, and more. Oh, my P.O. Box, also Amber Smiles Jones, P.O. Box 533, Lovejoy, Georgia 30250. All right, once again, it's your audible boo thing, Amber Smiles Jones. And thank you so much for listening to the Professionally Silly station right here, where I take my silliness seriously. And I'll leave you with this. Watching a graduation ceremony is a little like sitting through a movie, and the whole thing is just end credits. Okay, bye. La da dee la da da, la da dee da da da. This photograph. I'm just playing. Oh my God. Who laughs like that? That laugh sounds familiar. Who does that? What did I do? It reminded me of somebody. Anyway. Let's do this. Okay, blooper. Put that in blooper. Make sure you guys subscribe to this podcast on whatever platform that you're using. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to this podcast on whatever platform that you're using. It could be Apple Music. It could be Apple. No. Say the things. Say the things that are right.